My play is about a dance team at a sort of like fictional HBCU in the week up until the big like homecoming performance they're going to be doing, and it's about them like, you know, bickering with each other, fighting with each other, holding each other to these like impossible standards, and then like the world sort of starting to like literally kind of fall apart around them, and other like strange things sort of start happening that they have to contend with that are a little less like based in reality. I started writing the play because I'd always wanted to write a like sports team play, and I don't play a single sport, but I used to be on a lot of like church dance teams and things like that growing up, and so like that's the closest I knew it. And so I wanted to write about this dance team of young Black women in college, but I also knew that like part of what was interesting me was like the narrative inside a team narrative, and also intersecting with like this obsession I have with Beyonce and like all that she represents like to me, and also the way I see her like sort of represented in the world. And so it sort of was like a clashing of those two things, and wanting to start to like digging into what's the intersection between them. I had friends who'd come to Ojai, and something that really interested me was the idea of having a whole week that's actually just before anyone else gets here, just about like playwright and director and dramaturg getting to be together, because I came out of grad school not that long ago, and something that we didn't have was sort of like just like extended time to really just like talk about plays. We like spit out a lot of plays but didn't get to like sort of sit in them developmentally. And I think it's just rare to have a developmental process where there's a week where you don't have to worry about actors yet, you don't have to worry about a bunch of questions and stuff yet, you just get to talk through like exactly where you are with it and be with other writers who are doing that exact same thing. And so that like camaraderie, I think, was so like just seemed really luxurious to me, to like not feel so alone, because playwriting especially I think can feel very lonely sometimes and can feel very isolating. And the whole community aspect here, I was really, really, really interested in that. The food really is a highlight. And then one of the big highlights is like the time we get to relax, honestly, is like the feeling taken care of. And like, you know, we're staying in these folks' homes who have opened their homes to us, and we get to really feel sort of cared for as we're, you know, doing all this like mental work. And then the other highlight to me is all the library readings, because again, it's that feeling of like, oh, it's not just me, everyone else is doing this too. And also it's just a very generous and productive like conversation we're having about these plays. And so it's nice to be like deep inside that process inside my own play, but then to get to do it with other people too, because then I feel like we all end up like feeding each other's processes in a funny way, which is really it's just really nice.